Now we know why Prince Harry spent so little time in the UK this week following the King's cancer diagnosis. He had a glitzy awards bash to go to. That's right. Harry flew back to the States after his brief liaison with his father on Tuesday, and last night he was in Viva Las Vegas. Incredibly, he didn't even mention the King once in his speech. Barely 24 hours earlier, Prince William, more regal and royal than Harry perhaps can ever be, had thanked the public for their kind messages of support. And I'm joined now by the former Royal Correspondent of The Sun, Charles Ray, the royal commentating legend. Charles, always an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. The difference couldn't be more stark, could it? William, royal, regal, ready. Harry on the Raz in Las Vegas.
Yes, I mean, it was quite amazing that he suddenly turned up in Las Vegas. I don't know how long it was that he was due to be there, but we've now come full circle, Marco. We're now in a situation where this is Harry Windsor, bar mitzvahs and children's parties a speciality. He's no longer a royal. I mean, the Americans would love him because he is a member of the royal family. But as far as we're concerned, he's now past it. I mean, he came over here half an hour. I've got no criticism with him coming over here. I think he has done exactly what any other member of a family would do with someone who's had a cancer diagnosis. I commend him for that. But for half an hour, I mean, it seems a bit strange. I mean, he even kept the King waiting. The King had to delay his helicopter because he was going down to Sandringham for rest and recuperation, which was it's vital. That rest and recuperation is vital in that situation. And you're quite right. William goes to an event and he mentions both Catherine and Charles and thanks everybody for all their well wishes and everything else. And I'm sure Harry must have had some sort of people saying to him, sorry to hear about your dad, sorry to hear about your sister-in-law or whatever. And he doesn't mention it. Instead, he makes jokes about rugby and American football, at it. I'm afraid, I think Harry's a lost cause. I'm afraid Harry is now a lost cause.
Do you think, Charles, that we're now at the stage of Harry's career where he's going to the opening of an envelope? I mean, this NFL thing, and then shortly, a few weeks ago, at the Bob Marley premiere, of course, he's always lecturing us about carbon footprint, but he took a jet to Jamaica for a film premiere. Is this really the sort of thing that a royal should be doing, or is this the kind of the premise of the Z-list celebrity?
Well, I think we are now going down to the Z-list celebrity scenario. And, the fact he went to Jamaica. Now, the point about Jamaica is it's a bit of a controversial matter at the moment where it is discussing splitting away from the Commonwealth. Nothing wrong with that. That's entirely up to them, like other countries have done. Excuse me. But they have retained links. Now, Harry turning up in Jamaica and having a chat with, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, who clearly embarrassed his brother when they visited there and saying, we want to get away from Britain's dominance and everything else. I don't think it was a great idea. And there was an ulterior motive for Harry. They went down on the Paramount jet. They were with Paramount executives. So there's obviously something else going on there that they want to develop.
And we just had news in the last couple of hours or so, Charles, that Harry has decided to settle with the Mirror Group newspapers. What's the latest on that?
Well, the latest on that is he has decided to. If you remember, a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, he won part of his case against the Mirror Group newspaper, where I think he was probably going to get damages of around £400,000. Now, he's settled on the other matters, and he'll end up getting more damages, which we estimate to be around £300,000. So his case against the Mirror and its alleged phone hacking is now gone. And he's still got cases against the Mail Group and the Sun.
And do you think he'll come? Do you think he would come out of this briefly, if we could, smelling of roses, or this yet more shabby behaviour?
Well, I mean, he's been wronged. I mean, there's no question of that by the Mirror in a previous incarnation. So, he's won, and it's right that he should win. If it's found by a judge in the other cases, we'll have to wait and see, what happens. But in these cases, I mean, lots of people have taken action on phone hacking and everything else, which was a terrible, terrible thing that happened. And it's only quite right that if papers are guilty of this sort of thing, that they suffer the consequences.
OK, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Royal Correspondent Charles Ray. Thanks for joining us on the show.